The summer heat and humidity can do a lot to your body, but what kind of effect does it have on your skin? Why some consider humidity a fountain of youth. Combining sports and community, the tournament bringing small community together for over half a century.
And after a two-day hiatus, we're back in the triple digits in Austin. We'll show you when the heat peaks because it gets worse before it gets better.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Nabil Ramadna. Austin police need your help in finding a missing man today. 71-year-old Paul Dominguez was last seen on June 19th walking to the Manchac Branch Library around 4 p.m. Police are worried since he seemingly just disappeared. They say Dominguez is a white male, 5'11", has white hair, and is around 220 pounds. If you see him, please call 911. And one person was airlifted by Starflight this afternoon after falling about 15 feet at a Central Texas park. It happened at Pace Bend Park, Levi Cove, in Spicewood. Austin Travis County EMS posted on Twitter that the person, who has not been identified, was found and taken to Del Seaton Hospital with potentially serious injuries. No further details are available at this time. The incident still under investigation.
First warning weather with meteorologist Nick Bannon.
Just a few early morning clouds, but a lot of sunshine here today, and that's the way it looks still now in Granite Shoals from our Whittlesey Landscape Supplies camera there. Hey, we're still at 100 in Austin, low triple digits in the hill country. This is not the feels like temperature. These are the actual temperatures, and some upper 90s in our eastern counties. When you factor in the high humidity, feels like 106 right now in Austin, and certainly it was a hotter day today than it has been the past few days. Heat advisory continues through tonight, and in fact it's been extended now through tomorrow night at 9 and probably will be extended into the new work week, with the heat index at times feeling like it's up to 115. But what about your Saturday evening? Relatively quiet, just hot. 96 at 7, 91 at 9, and a few extra clouds at 11 as we drop down out of the 90s, but still in the very warm upper 80s. Coming up in first warning weather, we'll keep tracking this increasing heat, when the heat peaks, and a preview, just a little bit, of your 4th of July weekend.
Thanks, Nick. Certainly hot out there. Maybe we should stop complaining about the hot, though, and that sticky summer, because it just might be the fountain of youth for your skin. Meteorologist Samantha Davies has details.
Now, the increase in humidity this time of year has to do with the temperatures. Warmer air can hold more moisture than colder air. Now, when humidity levels are low, moisture is stripped from the skin. This leads to the dry, cracked skin and lips that you may have noticed in the winter. When your skin is dehydrated, you also tend to look older. Dry skin exacerbates the appearance of fine line and wrinkles. Now, humid air has the opposite effect on the skin. With more moisture in the air, skin is more hydrated. That allows for more cell turnover, which is your skin shedding properly. Now, that gives you a brighter, plumper complexion. Wrinkles and fine lines are also less noticeable with hydrated skin. With this information, I generally say that humidity is good for the skin, but that may not be the case if you're prone to breakouts.
Humidity can cause your skin to be very oily. It can cause your pores to dilate, collecting more dirt and oil throughout the day. So that can cause more acne breakouts, congestion, and blackheads.
Kyoji Kenahara is an esthetician at Face House in Dallas. If you fall into this category, he recommends switching up your skincare in the summer to include a lighter moisturizer and looking for key ingredients such as salicylic acid and niacinamide, which is vitamin B3.
And it can be miserable spending any time outside in these extreme temperatures. But when it comes to indoor activities, some companies are seeing a boost in business if they can keep their customers cool. The Dirty Birdie, located in the Domain, offers indoor putt-putt as well as a fancy drink and wide variety of food options. That mix of food and fun, coupled with everything being inside, has brought a boost in business. And with these dangerous temperatures, owner Vic Cassatt says it's a safe and cool way to spend a summer day.
You know, we built a beautiful patio. We fully expected to have a lot of traction outdoors, but to be honest, with the heat, it's bringing a lot more people inside to the space now. We've got about 8,000 square feet here. So about half of it is the course, but the second half, the bar and dining area stays pretty full with people just looking to cool down and grab a drink and relax.
We're looking for opportunities to hang out with our friends that was air conditioning, and that we could spend long periods of time on a weekend and enjoy ourselves and get competition in, because we all like to do some sort of competition. So this place offered a great opportunity. It's brand new, which is always exciting in Austin.
KXAN says he expects to see more people as these hot temperatures continue. And one of the largest and oldest deaf softball tournaments held its 56th annual softball tournament this weekend in Austin. The Southwest Softball Association for the Deaf is a nonprofit that puts on the annual softball tournament, drawing hundreds of deaf people to play the sport every year. This year, nonprofit board members said they were pleased with the turnout, saying roughly 300 people came to Austin's Creek softball field to play the game, while hundreds more came to watch. Some of the community members who came out today say the annual gathering is much more than just a sporting event.
It's once a year. Deaf people don't see each other often, and they like to get together and share memories, make new memories, and meet old friends, new friends. That's the best thing that they can do, because everyone is spread out in their small community.
From a vow of retribution yesterday to turning back troops today, inside an eventful 24 hours in Russia and Ukraine, and celebrating Asian American film right here in Austin. We take you to a festival highlighting representation on screen. The Austin Asian American Film Festival is happening in Austin this weekend. Over 20 films being shown. These are all by Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander filmmakers. Some documentaries telling stories of older generation Asian Americans. If you go, you'll be able to be a part of a live Q&A with directors, producers, and cast and crew members from the films. The film festival is meant to encourage more Asian Americans to get involved in cinema. We asked the board president about why a festival like this is so important.
I think about, when I was growing up, I grew up in the 90s, and there was not much representation on screen. Not having that representation on screen, it kind of limits to what you want to be or what you can be. This is a great place to see stories that you might not see anywhere else.
The board president, who you just heard from there, says there's a big mystery film about the Vancouver Grizzlies screening tomorrow. That's when the festival ends. This is its 15th iteration.
Another hot day today, of course, a high of 103, only 2 degrees shy of the record high for this date, and it actually made it our 9th triple-digit day of the year so far. Only 5 other years have had more triple digits by now than this year, but by last year this time, we'd already had 19. We'll show you how many more 100-degree days we expect over the coming week and when we get the hottest in First Warning Weather.
Mercenary Chief Yevgeny Prigozhin said today he has ordered his forces to turn back and return to their bases, apparently abandoning an armed rebellion that had them heading towards Moscow. In a post, a telegram, Prigozhin said the move was done in order to avoid bloodshed. Russian President Vladimir Putin had accused mercenary Prigozhin of treason and vowed to crush the growing armed rebellion. NBC's Raf Sanchez has the latest from Kiev, Ukraine.
And this is the latest extraordinary turn in what has been an almost unbelievable 24 hours inside Russia and here inside Ukraine. Evgeny Prigozhin, in a crackly voice note, which is how he's been updating the world on the progress of what he calls the march to justice, what the Kremlin calls a military coup, has said that to avoid bloodshed, he is turning his forces around. He says his column of Wagner mercenaries got to within 120 miles of the gates of Moscow. But he says now, to avoid the spectacle of Russian forces opening fire on each other in front of the capital city, he is pausing his advance. He says he is returning his mercenaries to base. We do not know what the terms of the deal that Prigozhin appears to have reached with the Kremlin are. We do know that the president of Belarus, Lukashenko, a close ally of Vladimir Putin, is saying that he has been working the phones all day, acting as a mediator between the two sides, and that he is the one who brokered this agreement that appears to have stopped this rebellion. We should be really clear about what we don't know at this point. We cannot say as NBC News for sure that this column of Wagner vehicles, which had been advancing north up the M4 motorway highway from Rostov on inbound on towards Moscow has actually stopped. We don't know whether or not it has actually turned around. But if this is the case, they will be breathing a sigh of relief in the Kremlin that this situation appears to have paused, at least for the moment, without major bloodshed at the gates of Moscow. It is hard to see, given the red lines that have been crossed over the last 24 hours, it is hard to see how the Wagner mercenary group and Russia's military leadership pretends that this didn't happen, that they go back to playing nice. The president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, was on television this morning calling what Prigozhin was doing a betrayal. He was calling it a stab in the back of the Russian military and the Russian people. And it is very, very difficult to understand what kind of terms could lead to a deal here.
First warning weather with meteorologist Nick Bannon.
All right, still hot, of course. 100 is where we stand in Austin, and it's at 107 in San Angelo, Midland 108. The entire state is just about several degrees at least hotter than this time yesterday. Officially in Austin, just 1 degree hotter, but places like Lubbock and Amarillo, double digits hotter than 24 hours ago. So, of course, it's going to feel hotter as you head out this evening and try and enjoy your Saturday evening and night. At 8 o'clock, still feeling like triple digits, and then finally by 11, feeling like it's the 90s, or if you're lucky, the upper 80s. Already by tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, maybe you're trying to get some yard work done here during the coolest part of the day. It's already feeling like low to mid 80s, and even in some places the 90s. And then these feels like temperatures just keep jumping up. By noon, feeling like 103 and feeling like between about 105 to as high as 113 during the peak of the heat here tomorrow afternoon. What's happening is this area of high pressure that's been dominating our weather for a week or more, it's going to actually get closer to us as we head into Sunday, and that's going to allow temperatures at least a degree hotter tomorrow. And we'll still have the same levels of humidity in place. But as this high starts to sit on top of us Tuesday, Wednesday, that's when we think we'll actually be at the hottest. So temperatures peaking those days around 106. Then as that high sneaks east of us, we see the temperatures slowly coming down to end the week. And as we head into the weekend and beyond into your 4th of July, we may be able to see that high scoot far enough to the east and another one well to the west to allow at least to open the door for the potential for a storm or two into central Texas, although that may have an impact on your holiday weekend plans. For now, plenty of heat as we rise up to 106s for Tuesday, Wednesday. And then those numbers slowly come down, but still in the triple digits as we wrap up the work week and head into next weekend. Generally quiet for the most part on clouds and radar. There's a slim chance a storm could sneak into places like San Saba, Lampasas, or Mason counties later tonight, but generally it's a dry night. Partly cloudy, overnight lows of 79, very close to record breaking, and you can see the areas in northern San Saba at a 1 out of 5 severe weather risk, but most of us won't see a thing tonight. We're up to 104 tomorrow. That's a degree hotter than today. Plenty of sunshine after some early morning clouds, and we won't be seeing a shortage of sun here over the coming week. Just a few clouds most mornings, and then a lot of sunshine. More clouds start to thicken back up as we head into your 4th of July weekend. We'll be right back.
This is KXAN Sports, brought to you by Thomas J. Henry.
Austin FC will face another in-state rival tonight, the Houston Dynamo, after the Verde and Black beat their rivals to the north, FC Dallas, in blowout 3-0 fashion. And in doing so, they let back into the very early playoff picture. Austin FC will get one last crack at Houston tonight, as the Dynamo will have already won the season series, beating Austin in the first 2 matches. But the Verde and Black certainly don't want this year to be the one in which Houston sweeps. They will hope the energy from the home crowd will help tonight, as the home field advantage has been a thing in this rivalry. The home team has won 6 of the 7 matches overall.
Our games against Houston have been very competitive. I think we've started both those games well. We dominated them 2 games away. Should have took the lead in both those games, to be honest. I think we took the lead in the last one and obviously lost it late. But Houston's a good team. I got respect for them. But, you know, they'll be here Saturday. It'd be nice to play them at home, and we'll give it our best shot.
It's another derby. We know what they did to us over there, so we want to come at home and do the same thing we did today. Just play, have fun, score goals, and make sure everybody leaves happy.
All right, Texas has definitely been doing their share of landing elite recruits these days. Today they landed the #1 running back, according to ESPN, from the class of 2024. His name is Jared Gibson from IMG Academy in Florida. Gibson picked Texas over Georgia, Alabama, Miami, and Florida, his hometown school, as he is from Gainesville. All right, today alums like new Chicago Bear Roshan Johnson and current Longhorns like newcomer Arch Manning took to the field at Westlake High School to teach the game of football to the youngsters. The guys enjoyed getting out there and sharing their knowledge. Moro Ojimo told us he stresses having fun, and he also encourages the kids to diversify their portfolio, if you will.
It's fun, you know, it's cool. I think that I'm trying to impact on these kids a lot of little things that maybe they wouldn't think of, you know, encourage these kids to play other sports than football, to be flexible, to do a lot of things that, you know, they don't realize is going to help them, but if they want to be a pro, that's what it's going to take.
And it's great just to get back and, you know, just be with the kids, get back and let them kind of see my face out here in the community. I think it's a great opportunity for sure.
All right, the Rangers and the Yankees also continue their series in New York at Yankee Stadium today. Yankees won 1-0. It's been a real low-scoring series so far between those two teams. But hey, back to Austin, back home here. They're taking on the Houston Dynamo tonight at 8:30.
So, is it going to be hot?
That's what my question is for this guy.
It'll be hot and humid for them, too. They're hardly catching a break. And I'll be hosting Verde Lights this or next weekend. So there's a preview there. They'll give you another reason to watch tonight, too. Here's the game. Here's the forecast here for tomorrow. Not the game tomorrow. The forecast. Early clouds with a little bit of sunshine at 7. And then we turn very sunny the rest of the day, starting at 79, but already 93 by noon. And then we head for a high of 104 here tomorrow afternoon. That would put us a degree hotter than today. Look at that 7-day forecast. Plenty of sunshine. Monday, 105. We would tie the record high Tuesday and Wednesday at 106. That would be the hottest temperatures of the week. And then they slowly start to come down. That high of 102 on Friday, it may seem kind of low, but it would still be record-breaking. That's a very low record that day of just 101.
I was going to say hot out at the Austin FC game. Those mint green jerseys, though, I think you need a suit like that.
Oh, so cool.
No.
Thanks for watching, guys.